and welcome back. Well, it's always a pleasure to talk with our next guest because she has so much knowledge in this area of being a caregiver and caring for our elderly loved ones. And across all the ages, all of her advice certainly does help us. And she is joined this morning with a special guest. First of all, good morning to Carolyn A. Brent down in Florida. And joining her, good morning. And we want to say a special good morning to Ken Thompson, the president with AARP there in Florida. Good morning, Ken. How are you?
Good morning, ladies. I'm well. Thanks for having me.
And also, Carol is Ken Thomas, just so you'll know.
Well, we are so glad to have you both joining us.
Thank you.
And Carolyn, let's start with you because as we continue our series of talks with you, we want to let people know about being a caregiver and caring for our loved ones. And the topic today that you want to touch on is being proactive. Tell us, what exactly do you mean by that?
Yes, oftentimes we as human beings, we wait until the last minute. We wait for everything. We're procrastinators. And I'm always sharing with caregivers especially, do your homework first. Get all the knowledge you could possibly get. But most importantly, if you do the work, then you don't have to worry about the fire drills. So what I share with all the baby boomers, all 79 million of us, go to organizations such as AARP or Caregiver.org. They are amazing organizations. And I know for a fact, in all the work that I do, AARP is my go-to organization because they have answers for literally all ages across the board. That is why I'm honored to have Ken Thomas with us, the Florida State President. Thank you, Ken, for being with us.
My pleasure.
So kind of go over what and who is AARP?
Well, the real simple answer is AARP is a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization for members 50 plus. We used to be named the American Association of Retired Persons. That's no longer applicable because many folks are obviously still working at age 50, but working well beyond their 60s and 70s. So we're more than just retired persons. We're about helping older adults achieve their real possibilities in life by improving their lives for them.
And Carolyn, when working with Ken, I'm sure, like you said, he's such a great resource. What is it that locally, if someone is watching, should they be asking their local AARP office and you know, if they need help? What's one of those key questions that they need to tap into with local AARP?
That's the key question right there. They have to go to them and tell them what kind of help they need. Once they identify some folks may need help with attorneys. I know in Washington, D.C., a lot of baby boomers will go and speak to some of the attorneys that are on board with AARP. Some of them just need caregiving resources. There are many thousands of organizations, especially that AARP can actually point you out to. So that's why it's very, very important to contact your local AARP. Maybe you need help with finances or banking, etc. They cover so many things across, literally across the board, from a medical, legal, financial, vacations, you name it. And you know I'm really into the standpoint, caregiver, you got to take care of yourself. So caregivers, when you need a vacation, you could even call AARP. They'll hook you up there as well.
Well, I know a lot of people retire in Florida. I mean, that's kind of our destination when when we retire.
We're moving in with you, Carolyn.
So do you see, I mean, does the AARP, Mr. Thomas, cover, I mean, if you have AARP in Nebraska, does it still cover in Florida?
AARP has a presence in all states and some of the territories as well, Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, and we have a state office. We have a staff and resources available in each of those locations around the U.S. And we're very present in our communities in many ways. As Carolyn mentioned, we're a tremendous resource. We're an enabler. We create partnerships in our communities that will help better the lives of all adults as they age.
Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break. If you two will stay with us, we want to talk a little bit more about being proactive and some more of those resources that AARP does have for our viewers. So we'll be back with Carolyn and Ken from Florida in just a moment. Stay with us.